I'm so excited today to be getting deeper inside the musical brain of PinocchioP, who created this song, Goddish, which is, I think, one of my favorite songs we've checked out on the channel. We've checked it out several times, but mostly when I do it, I'm checking out the vocalist doing all of the crazy things because I've been a vocal coach for 26 years, and now I get to put on a little bit more of my music producer, multi-instrumentalist hat in breaking it down. So I could be focusing more on the music, but I'm only going to get to this if I have brain cells left after the 4-song study that I'm about to do. So here's how this is going to go down. The way that I do these studies is I do a deep study for those of you supporting the channel because you support the channel. So I listen to you and I give you all the goodies. That's how I keep going doing content like this. And shout out to Bruta for putting this on the content request app. This is my content request app I have. For those of you who are supporters on Patreon. You get to request songs and vote them up with hearts. And shout out to the other 21 people who voted this up that I do this bundle study. I do have all of my Vocaloid stuff in the J-Pop, J-Rock collection, my Patreon collection. I'll put a link to that down below as well. But I think it's time. Vocaloid is becoming such a big thing that we're checking out regularly that I feel like I need to create a whole brand new collection over there for Vocaloid stuff. So, all right, here's how this is going to go down today. We're going to check out, it's a 4-song study, and if you're seeing this on YouTube, that means the full study is already done. There's a link to it down in the description, as well as the top pinned comment below. But for YouTube, I'm going to share one of the songs here for you all. We're going to check out Reincarnation Apple with Hatsune Miku. I think all of today is with Hatsune Miku. And then the full song, 4-song study will also include Non-Breath Oblige, and then With or Without Me, and then finally Kusare Godot and Chocolate. And like I said, the full study is already down below if you want to come over and join the community. We've got an amazing community. We'll talk about all that later, but we got to get to the music. All right. First one, I've got some notes on this here, Reincarnation Apple. But before I get into the notes, I say we just jump into the music and hold on to your seats if you haven't heard Vocaloid before. This is a world. Let's go, Reincarnation Apple. I'm already getting goosebumpy. The panning. Oh, yeah. I already feel the Goddish, like the same mind who made Goddish made this, you know? Oh, so clean. Oh. What's the tempo here? It's 146-ish. Well, I like this chord change here. Wow. It's like ear candy. Oh my god. This... Oh! I'm goosebumps again. Damn. We're in D minor. Oh, stop for a second here. Let's go. God, I love this world. What is happening to me? You guys are stretching my brain. My brain, you know, in the music production that I've done, and God, I have to show you guys more of the musical stuff I do. I mean, this channel is really about celebrating the music that you all love. It's not, I'm not doing any of this to try to like promote my own musical worlds and stuff like that. But I have to show you guys some of the crazy stuff that I've done over the years because I feel like you might appreciate it. It's pushed out. Like, I love experimental music so much. I love avant-garde art. I love people who take chances and do crazy things. And I feel like, and also too, like in doing my little research on PinocchioP and the Vocaloid world in general, the meanings of the songs are not always like right in your face. They're not always literal. And from what I remember seeing about PinocchioP, I think a lot of the, like, he won't go in, he will never say what the song is about, you know, or even barely allude to what it's about. And so that is such a cool thing, because then it leaves you, the person who's consuming the art, to take your own impression of it and let it affect you how it affects you. And I mean, it's brilliant. Okay, so first impressions here while we're stopped here. Love the chords. You know, one of the things about Vocaloid is there is all this experimental stuff that happens, especially in the verses and the pre-choruses. And then a chorus will happen, and then there's like a pretty accessible chord progression. A lot of flat 6, flat 7, minor 1, which we kind of have here. We're like B flat, C major, in this D minor world. We're in this D minor world, 145-ish beats per minute. The production is so stimulating. It's so meticulous. It's all of these short sounds. And it's not like in some of the stuff we've checked out there, it's not harsh sounds. It's very stabby, tight, gated sounds, but they're they're not, you know, like I said, they're not harsh. And there's incredible panning. A sound over here on the left ear, boop, over here on the right ear. Boop, up here, center, down low, boom, boom, boom. Then the vocals come in, right? Oh my God, it's so cool. Let's listen some more, and then we'll go back and break it down some more. I love it. But I was too innocent. Evil deceived me. I screwed up again. I'm going to reincarnate. Oh! Oh! There's that B flat to C. B flat. Oh, let's go! Great dance music too. Reincarnation, grievous cry of reincarnation. Love me, Aishta, Aisha, right? Oh! Oh, what a great song. Bridge, I became an adventurer. It's a little more hopeful, right? Yes! Oh! Reincarnation is over. I'm back to my ordinary self. I'm sad, but I breathe a sigh of relief. Everyone quits once they're sober. Wait. They're sober, a sense of self. I use this comparison all the time when listening to Vocaloid. It's like drinking water from a fire hose. It's like, you know, on so many levels, and not just like the music itself, which is so complex. And I had Riku, who's a VTuber, who I love. Riku, he's such an amazing human being. He's a VTuber and a Vocaloid composer, and he writes music for Hoyaverse, and he's such a fascinating guy. And we did a live stream where we listened to Vocaloid, and one of the things that he said about Vocaloid a lot of times is like it's so dense. You know, the production is so dense. When you think about music production, you really can think about it in two directions: horizontally. You know, what's happening in the song form, the intro, the verse 1, the pre-chorus, the chorus, and so on. You know, that's like a horizontal timeline style of thinking about what's happening musically. But then also there's this vertical element, which is like, you take a snapshot of a moment and you're like, what's happening in the instruments here? What's happening in the bass? What's happening in the drums? What's happening in the synths? What's happening in the vocals? What's happening in the high cymbals and hi-hats and stuff like that, right? Vocaloid, and when we talk about density, we're talking about that vertical stack of like how many sounds are happening at once to break down. And in Vocaloid, that is so dense lots of the time. I mean, it's like every second of music feels like it took 10 hours to build or something. It's so detailed. This song falls into that category. I mean, I can't help but think about listening to this music, how long it would take to make a song like this, like my music producer mind. It's just absolutely fascinating. And let me see. Okay, I've got some notes on this now here. Let me read some of my notes. I like to hear the song sometimes first, just to like get a sense. By the way, shout out to Bruta, as I said. Shout out to Play Chris. Shout out to Iz, Happy, and 123 Happily, who are community. I think you guys helped put together these songs. I have over on Discord, I have a Vocaloid chat. So I'll put a link to that. That's free for anybody. You don't have to be a member to come join that. I'll put a link to that. And they, whenever I let them know I'm about to do a bundle study, they, they do work to come up with the songs and things like that. So come on over, join the party. All right. So this song, music and lyrics by PinocchioP, animation by Irina Hamano. And by the way, doesn't PinocchioP does his own artwork as well, right? So he does the lyrics, the music, and the artwork. What an artistic genius. Damn. Okay. What it's about. So when I say, like, my crew did some research on what these songs might be about. I mean, as I said, I don't think PinocchioP really says what the songs are about. So they did some research on, like, what they found the community seemed to say about it, I guess. So anytime I say anything that doesn't seem quite right to you and the research might be off, I need you to correct me in the comments, okay? So I really like to get things right as much as I can in these studies. All right, so what's this about? A boy bored. Let me go back to the song here. A boy bored who hates his own ordinary self eats a shady dealer's apple. Each bite reincarnates him as somebody. Whoa. Acclaimed artist, inventor, savior, revolutionary, and each life ends worse than the last. Oh my God, is that it? That's brilliant concept. I want to listen to it one more time with this all in mind. Wow. Yeah. So okay. So it says the fandom treats this music video like a puzzle. See, that's what I mean. It's like, this music is consumed, and this art is intended to be consumed about 1,000 times, right? And that's why it makes sense. It's like, make it so dense so that people listen to it 100 times over. And how many times has this been checked out already, right? 59 million times. I bet you like a half of those are multiple listens. You know what I mean? Brilliant. All right, let's go through it now, kind of thinking about this idea of a boy who hates his ordinary life and eats an apple, and each bite reincarnates him as somebody, but it ends badly. Okay, hear that glitchiness right there? So even though these are kind of harsh, that's relatively harsh sounds, they're still not like biting or grating on your ear at all, right? But the panning, there's a sound here. It's like pan, 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 pan. It's called panning where you put it left or right, right? So there's really interesting panning. By the way, listen to the stuff with headphones on. It helps a lot. Or stereo speakers that are set up right. So I'm thinking about what sounds are even being used. There's like that that glitchy white noisy sound that's panning fast. Then there's like some piano subtly buried behind. Then there's like weird little extra sounds. Harmonized vocals with Hatsune. One thing I was thinking about with this Vocaloid is that, when I've broken down Vocaloid covers with the Utaite singing these, it really puts the focus on the voice. But what's really interesting about Vocaloid is, it's not like something you do a super like singing analysis of. It's more really, it's like using the voice mechanism as a way to communicate, because our minds are built to receive information through voice, right? Through vocal sounds, through lyrics. So it really gives composers a way to really celebrate words and melody and a lot of the elements that a voice provides in a song without the flesh and bone part of it. You know what I mean? It just occurred to me. It's fascinating. All right, so here's this. I took a mouthful of suspicious apple that I bought from a shady dealer. All the shrewd wannabes are doing it. I wonder if this is kind of, because a lot of what PinocchioP, as far as my research goes, is he talks about internet life. It's a lot about internet life, and we all live kind of in the digital dimension now. And, this idea of reincarnation, of reinventing yourself, of like, I'm going to be this person now, or, which is such a part, like on Instagram and all these things. I wonder if this is sort of an allusion to that a little bit, the way that we're constantly like, I'm this now, and all the times it kind of maybe ends poorly for people or something. Maybe that's the commentary. It's like, be your genuine self, not some don't constantly think you need to reinvent yourself. Maybe that's the message. Maybe I'm reading into it too much. And then we have that kick on the quarter note, right? Which is the same thing in Godish. We have that too, right? This is going to be a long study, I'm telling you right now. See, it's very tight sounds. Notice it's very tight, stabby sounds with a really sharp cutoff, but it also doesn't feel like it's assaulting your ears, right? Such clever, cheeky production. It's very playful. I become an artist from the world. Okay, so we're an artist here. I was special, everyone else ordinary. In my talent, I was befuddled and amazed. Oh man, you know what that looks like? That reminds me of Amazing Digital Circus right there. I watched all of Amazing Digital Circus over on Patreon. Oh my God, that was talk about digital dimension stuff, digital dimension living. If you haven't seen Amazing Digital Circus, I love these little stimulating. They're almost like it's like a xylophone played really fast with very short sounds with like no reverb. Hand in my right ear. Oh, I screwed up again. Wait, what? How did he screw up? I can't get this granular here because I'm doing so many. I was special. Everyone else was ordinary. In my talent, I was befuddled and amazed. But I lacked the gift. I lacked the gift to love, and my beloved others abandoned me. You became too much about your art, and you forgot to live. That happens to artists. This is almost like the genie in the lamp, It's like it kind of almost has that vibe to it, how it's like you make a wish and then the wish turns out to not be what you wanted. There's so many layers of interpretation you could do on that. But it does, like when you do become fixated on your work, it can easily make you forget other sides of life, right? To be loved. How important that is to being a human being. Oh my God, this is so brilliant. Is that what you take from this? Please bring peace to the world. My invention was weaponized. Yeah, see, everything gets screwed up. I don't have talent, just change and reset. I'm not smart enough, just change. Did your selfhood evaporate? How imprudent. Ah! Dancing on a mountain of corpses. Love me, love me. So it comes back to that topic of love, which we know that song, Aishite, oh my God. Yeah, so fascinating, right? It's all about love, right? And this has all of that Vocaloid-y singing, right? Using those slow kind of perfect slides. That's such a part of Vocaloid is like super fast syllables, lots of cool slidey things, interesting harmonies. right? Which now singers do that, you know? In Utaite. I became a savior. Wait. God, there's so... Okay. I became a savior, unconditional love. Okay, so I became a savior, unconditional love, worshipped and respected by the people, young and old, I would enthrall. But I was too innocent. Evil deceived me, and to the bare bones they ate. This is so fascinating. Do you see what I mean about it's not designed for oh, let me listen to this song and then move on, right? It's like it's designed to do multiple passes because there are layers of interesting things happening. I'm not even like really relating yet to the visuals, and I rarely get to the videos because I'm doing music stuff. But yeah, like this, you know, look at these visuals too. My God. So it's like then you do another pass where you think about how do these lyrics play into what we're seeing and all of that, you know? I questioned and fought in a world where the honesty always faced defeat. Where honesty always faced defeat. I'm gonna try again. I'm not popular, just change. And then it's like, I guess this is like the chorus kind of, even though it's got a little pre-chorus feeling. And then, it's so complicated. A slave to pleasure, the ghost of highbrow. What was that little video game there? I do video game music on Sundays. I react to as well. A slave to pleasure. It's really an old. Did you see he was in a guillotine? Oh. Ah. And as far as like tone go, okay, I'll put on my 26-year voice teacher app. By the way, if you need voice lessons, I'll put a link to my website. I have an amazing team of teachers that teach under my tutelage here. There they are in the Manhattan, tri-state, Philadelphia area. But we do lessons all over the world now online, and they work really well. So if you need a teacher, hit us up. I have to use my voice teacher head a little bit here with Hatsune Miku. So her tone right here is very like in what I call a mix. Da, 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 almost like head voicey. It's a kind of like a light head voicey sound. Almost, it's like there's almost a little emotional, you know, in Vocaloid singing, it's almost like there's an emotional detachment a little bit, right? It stays in a very similar vocal tone. There's not, in this version here, I don't know what version of Vocaloid software this is, but it has a sense of, you know, there's not a lot of tone quality diversity here. It's in kind of an airflowy light mix most of the time. Which really just puts it on the words and the melody, right? Reincarnation, overkill at the end of endlessness. Oh, I love that piano, that little piano transition there. Do you hear that? Listen, I think it was piano. No, it's really kind of like that. It's like some synthy sound. It's almost like it almost has like that xylophone-y sound, I guess. Yeah, it's more like a xylophone than like a piano. But in the synth world, things get all mushed together, and you can kind of blend sounds, and, you know, it's fascinating. All right, this is the bridge. I became an adventurer. I set out in search of an ideal. Everyone marveled at me as I took on the most challenging. This is such an interesting narrative. It really is a story, right, about this boy's journey. Everyone marveled at me as I took on the most challenging ordeal. Yeah. How is this going to fail? But my ordeal went to the extreme. Innocent lives I sacrificed. How? And he fell down off the mountain. Wow. Dancing on a mountain of corpses. I should, right? We have this. We have all this octaving, this D going on. Then that really felt like the song could have ended there, but then we have this little tag on the end. Oh, my reincarnation is over. I'm back to my ordinary life. It's kind of like a little, it's like a little button on the end. I'm sad, but I breathe a sigh of relief. Where should I go from here? Now we're back in like ordinary life, right? Almost like it was a dream. I'm excited to see your thoughts on this. You have to let me know in the comments. Wait, what did it say? Everyone quits once they're sober. A sense of self we become mindful. Straight into the trash, the Reincarnation Apple. Sophisticated, abstract, pushed out, avant-garde music. So exciting, isn't it? It's so freaking exciting, this music. Wow. All right, this is where my adventure ends for you all on YouTube. Like I said, you are cordially invited to come over and join my Vocaloid adventures. I have so many more to go here. So I'll put a link to the content request app, which is for people supporting the channel. You can view it if you're not one of my Patreon supporters, but you can't do any song requesting or voting unless you are. Like, it's kind of like Reddit. You uptick with the hearts. I'll also put a link to my Discord. This is my Vocaloid chat. That's free for all, so you can come over and check that out and lurk in the community if you want. I'll also put a link to the Japanese J-pop, J-rock collection I have. I'm going to start a collection just for Vocaloid soon, so I can separate that out if you're really a Vocaloid enthusiast and want that. Now the study is going to go on to, we're going to check out Non-Breath Oblige next, and With or Without Me after that, and then finally Kusari Gado. This is going to be and Chocolate. This is going to be a long study. And if you're seeing this on YouTube, the study is already done. There's a link to it down in the description, as well as the top pinned comment. Thank you so much for hanging with me on YouTube. I am so grateful to my community and you all here on YouTube, as well as those of you who are ambassadors for your favorite artists who are influencing what I react to over on Patreon and on Discord and all of that stuff. I'm having such a blast with you guys breaking all this down. I'll see you in my next one. Cheers. All right, everybody, let's keep going.